Welcome back to STL TV Live. I'm Sarah Bernard, and joining me in the studio is Tara Daniels, the Associate Director of St Lou Fringe. St Lou Fringe, so a fringe festival right here in St. Louis.
Yes.
So what is a fringe festival?
A fringe festival is essentially a performing arts festival. Our whole idea is that everything is unjuried, uncensored, and accessible to anyone throughout the city. So the idea is that if someone can say that yes, it can be performed on the stage, we let them perform it.
Anybody.
Anybody.
Anybody. Okay, so there's fringe festivals that, the history of fringe festivals goes way back, and they're going on all around the country and all around the world. So tell us a little bit about the history.
Well, in the 1940s in Edinburgh, Scotland, the locals could not get into this prestigious theater festival. So they decided to stage their own on the fringes of that festival, and that's where fringe festivals began. And Edinburgh's festival is really huge. But now there's festivals all around the world. There's some in New York, Chicago, Kansas City, just name a few. And there's actually one in Rome that's starting this year.
So you all came up with the idea to have a fringe festival here in St. Louis, called it the St. Lou Fringe. And how did the idea come about, and who was the inspiration for that?
M. Pirro, who is our executive director, she's actually from Seattle. She went to SLU. She had been to a few, and she really liked the idea of a fringe festival because it's all about the community. And a few years ago, she really wanted to do one, and people really weren't up for the idea. But when she started talking about it again early last year, people really latched on to it.
So is she an artist herself?
She has performed as an actress and she has directed a few plays before. I myself, I am a painter, and I've also volunteered here, of course. And then Billy Krogan, who is also one of our associate directors, he's a musician.
Okay, good. So you've got, you started back in the fall. The idea came about, and you guys have been working really hard, I'm sure, for the last 6 months or so to get this off the ground. So what are some of the things that you've done to make this happen now?
Well, what we've done is we've reached really out to the community. We really wanted to make sure that we were speaking to different organizations, different theater companies, and art companies in general, and just really making sure that we're grabbing people who really want to be a part of us.
So where did the people come from that are going to be performing? How did they hear about it?
Well, we put the word out to a lot of art organizations. We were, of course, blasting it on the internet, Facebook, Twitter, and things of that sort. And we don't know how everyone heard about us, but people said they were looking things up and they just happened to find about us.
So no audition to perform?
No auditions. Everyone just had to fill out an application, and that was it.
And so if you have a time slot and you had a person, you matched it up, and did you have to turn anybody away?
We didn't. We did have to turn a lot of people away, actually. In the first 5 minutes of our submission, right at midnight, we filled up our local artists. So we did have to turn some people away, but we had waitlist artists, and we told them that they could perform in our art door festival, art door part of our festival if they like.
So you have an indoor part and an outdoor part.
Yes.
So the outdoor is open to all the people that were waitlisted.
Yes.
Okay, and so who's going to be indoors, and where is the indoors?
Well, we have 4 different venues that are going to be for our artists to perform. We have 2 at the Kransberg, which is on Grand and Olive. We have the Black Box and the Cabaret. We have a Food Bar, which is on Locust, and we actually have turned the Nash Motor building into an actual venue too. It was an empty space, and we turned it into a venue.
So all this right in Grand Center?
Right in Grand Center in the Locust Business District.
Wow, you guys have done it. So you've got this weekend.
We do.
You got a prime weekend in June.
Yes.
You've got Grand Center cornered with artists, so to speak. And it starts today.
Starts today.
Through
through Monday. Actually, the performances go until Sunday, and Monday we're having a big party just to celebrate.
Oh yeah, and you'll be celebrating the end of the first season. More to come.
More to come.
You got plans, I'm sure, coming up for next year already. Yeah, great. So how many performers do you have?
We have about 25 performers. The majority of them are local performers, but we also have artists from Chicago, Philadelphia, Kansas City, just to name a few.
Great. So we're going to come back in a few minutes and talk more about how we can get tickets to the events and all of that. So don't go anywhere, because we've got lots more to talk about. And you all don't go anywhere. We have much more with Tara when we return. Remember to keep up with STL TV and all the great events going on around St. Louis. Friend us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can always watch us streaming live on stltv.net. Keep it locked on STL TV. We'll be right back with more STL TV Live.